to CityWise. I'm your host, Tiana Stevens. CityWise is produced by the City of Rochester to shine a spotlight on city living at its best. We're going to start with a look at what's happening in your city. Mayor Lovely Warren has officially implemented a new patrol model for the Rochester Police Department. A year in the making, the mayor and Chief Simonelli marked the first full day of neighborhood-based patrols in Rochester. Here's a look at the kickoff event held on Jefferson Avenue in Southwest Rochester.
Thank you all for being here. I want to thank Chief Simonelli for all the work you and your staff have done to make this day possible. I'm also happy to see so many members of the clergy, friends from our neighborhoods, and other community leaders here. Because today's news is not just about the police department, it's about the entire community, our neighborhoods, and our residents. After more than a year of planning, true community policing has finally returned to Rochester. Our new neighborhood-based 5-section patrol model went into effect shortly before midnight last night. The old model, Patrol Division East and Patrol Division West, has been resigned to the dustbins of history where it belongs. True community policing has returned to Rochester's neighborhoods. When I ran for mayor, I promised to bring community policing back. The community asked for this. The rank and file police officers wanted this. So today is a great day to celebrate where we are and how we got here. But it's also a day to remember the true promise and the work we must do to get there is just beginning. It is to give every child, every mother, every father, every family what they deserve, a safe neighborhood. This new motto gives us a start on that promise. It will make it easier for the police and the community to work together in partnership. It lays a foundation on which we can build up our community to create not only safe neighborhoods, but more jobs and better schools. Chief Simonelli and his staff have done their part to get us here. Now it is time for all of us in our community to do our part, because we have to work together to make our streets safer. We have to work together to create more jobs, and we have to work together to make our schools better. This new model gives us an opportunity to deliver a true promise of Rochester's neighborhoods. It gives us the opportunity to create a Rochester we all can believe in. So with that being said, I want to thank Chief Simonelli for his leadership, for his partnership, and his team for all of their hard work, because without them, this would not have been possible. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. Okay, I think really the mayor said it better than I can, and I'm glad that she is emphasizing and understanding and helping us all to understand that this is just a start. It's a beginning. We are not going to change to community policing by changing our lines on a map or creating new beats. It comes within the hearts and minds of our officers and the hearts and minds of the community that we serve. So we are starting today. This is just a start, and we hope to continue to reintroduce the Rochester Police Department to this community so that everyone has a chance to get to know their beat officer. We do know that we have a long process ahead of us. We are going to have to change not only the operational methods that we've been using. We have to change the culture of the last 10 years in this police department, but I'm confident that we have a great police department and we have a great community, and this partnership will succeed. So thank you very much.
And for more information about the reorganization of the Rochester Police Department and other city news, you can visit cityofrochester.gov and click on the Newsroom tab. Well, a nationwide effort providing thousands of patients across the country with free dental care is coming to Rochester. Dr. Sarah Smith is hosting Dentistry From The Heart for a second year in a row, and she's here today along with project coordinator Carla Rumble. Thanks for coming in today, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. So tell me about Dentistry From The Heart.
Dentistry From The Heart is a nonprofit worldwide organization, and their mission is actually to offer free dental care for the underserved.
And how did your office get involved?
We heard from them, from a different organization, that they help us with things in our office and help manage our practice. And we've always been interested in mission trips and just helping the underserved, and we just figured that there's so much to do in our community.
Sure.
And I just thought it was a great idea to start doing it.
And Carla, you've been the project coordinator for this for the second year in a row. What does it take to organize something like this?
Ooh, it is a full-time job. It definitely requires, I feel like, a team. I'm proud of our little office that we've accomplished what we've done over the last 2 years, and I know that it's only going to get better, and we're going to be able to serve more people every year. So yeah, it's a big joint effort.
It's a great effort. And what are the details of this year's event?
Well, I want to thank God first for giving me the opportunity to be able to just share Jesus' love through what we do on a daily basis and our talents. And by this way, we're going to just open the door of our private practice for the community. And they get to come in and they get to pick a treatment of their choice, whichever they feel is what they really need done that day. They can either have a free filling, they can have free cleanings or free extractions, whichever they pick. And they can come in early. The registration will start at 6:30 in the morning. We will be serving them from 7 a.m. and we will go all through 6 p.m.
Wow.
And it's nice because we have different dentists that are actually going to come in with us, and we're going to rotate. It just works fantastic. They can come in, and we suggest that they bring proper clothing because they're going to be waiting a little outside before they get cared. The other thing is if they can bring their snack and water, that would be great.
Okay.
We're also thanking the Red Cross because they will be there as well. They'll be holding a drive from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay.
And anybody
with
who's
their
interested,
mobile blood mobile.
yeah,
Okay,
they have
great.
their mobile, and they can call the Red Cross directly if they're interested in that at 1-800-RED-CROSS.
Great. Now, Carla, should people bring paperwork with them? What ID? Is there some sort of requirement to?
They need to be 18 and older.
Okay.
So I suppose if they look under 18, we might ask for their ID.
Okay.
But 18 and older, as well as they don't need to bring any proof of anything except if we do ask them about their age.
Okay.
There's forms that they will be filling out, and we have all that provided for them there. So.
Okay. Now, do they need to pre-register for this event?
It's a first come, first served basis. They come and as they come in line, we will give them the paperwork with a number. Then they will be called and called in the order that they were in line.
Okay. Now, of the services that are provided, is from your experience with the event last year, was there one thing in particular that was more in demand than others?
We did a lot of extractions.
Oh, okay.
And also a lot of cleanings.
Okay.
That was like one of the first things in their minds. Lots of people coming in with pain, with teeth that needed extractions and were not treated for a long time, so they took advantage of the opportunity.
What do you think the reason is for that, some of the barriers?
Well, it's basically they can't afford it. A lot of people just don't have dental insurance, and they can't afford the care, so they just don't get the care, which is kind of sad.
Now, when people are there with you for the day, do you take advantage of that time to teach them about how to maintain good oral health throughout the year? What are some of the things that you would have them walk away with? We do, besides giving them the care that we give them that day, we try educating them as best as we can, in groups. Show them how to brush and how to floss and why they need to do that and why it's important to go to the dentist and, how to take care of their teeth at home. That's right. So if you were to meet maybe a young family and maybe with babies, they're just getting teeth, what's your recommendation to families who are not familiar with even the process of finding like a pediatric dentist?
Okay.
Well, basically, brushing every day. It's the primary thing. Teaching them about prevention of decay, with the child, and as soon as the child is of age, just have them go to the dentist and get a checkup and get their cleanings if they can.
With last year's event, were there typically older people, younger people? How did that event look?
I think it was pretty mixed.
Mixed, definitely.
It's pretty mixed.
Middle-aged, I don't know, about 40. 40. It was mixed.
Why do you think this is so important for Rochester?
Well, I think it's important for everyone in general. I mean, the mouth is like the window to your body. It should be cared for. Here in Rochester, unfortunately, what I feel is that, so many jobs have been lost. A lot of people have lost their insurance. That's a big problem.
What made you want to get into this field?
I love serving. I like the underserved. I've done mission trips during not my high school years, but during dental school. I've done it through my church, and I love dentistry. I like people. It's just a great thing to do for the community.
It's very rewarding.
It's very rewarding, very rewarding. Last year, one of the most important things for me that I took for myself is how happy everybody was. The givers were very happy. The takers were very happy. It was just an awesome, fulfilling event.
What was some of the reaction that the community members gave you?
Well, patients could not believe that we were actually giving them this for free. You mean I don't have to pay for this? I'm like, no, it's just for free. You come in, you sit, we take care of you, and that's how it is. And that was impressive to them.
Lots of smiles and hugs and tears.
Right, right. Now, do you partner with other community organizations to make this event happen? I know you said the Red Cross is coming out.
Yes. Well, there is a huge support coming from dental suppliers to help us with supplying all the necessary supplies. Johnson & Lund and Patterson are our major sponsors. Organizations will be at the premises. We have a tent with tables of organizations that will help give information to these people to help them improve their quality of life. So we have organizations such as Literacy of Rochester, Action for a Better Community. We have WIC Shack. We have Primerica Financial. They're going to be offering free financial assessments. So these are some of the organizations. United Healthcare will be there as well. Food Link is there. I'm just trying to think of them all. So we're excited because we know that no matter who comes to see us, they're going to walk away with something that's going to help them.
Now, are there any ways that the community can help out with this, either this event or in the future?
Well, the one thing that I've noticed is that giving tends to be contagious. Like last year, we didn't have everything that Carla just mentioned. So it seems like every year, well, this is only our second, but we do the event, and then there's always somebody who comes in, hey, next year, can I do this? Can I participate with this and that? I can donate this, I can donate that. I mean, just today we had, a patient just telling us for next year what she can contribute to.
Wow.
And I think it's just really awesome because I really feel it's contagious.
Are there other dental offices that you know of in the area that are doing this event as well?
As far as Dentistry from the Heart, I can tell you that within a 100-mile radius, we did not see any other offices within New York State. There's areas in Canada. So we're really hoping that with what we're doing, we're going to get the word out there, and more dentists will take on this movement to help more people. Sure.
Now, Dr. Smith, what would you tell a fellow dentist about this event to try to convince them to host one of their own?
I think that if you think about everything that our patients give to us, as professionals, I think it's nice if we can give back to the community and, to the most needy ones. Because, I was just talking to Carla just a little while ago and saying, how many dentists are here in Rochester? Can we host in Rochester, even if it's one every month or two every month, what would that do to the community?
Yeah, that would be something.
I think it would be really nice if I can just motivate our colleagues to just, we have all the information they would need. They could go on the website at www.dentistryfromtheheart.org. All you have to do is click, and you will have all the information that you need to be able to host this event. Dentistry from the Heart would offer you so much that it just makes it so easy for you to actually be able to host the event.
Sure. Now, what does your office on a normal day look like? You guys are pretty busy.
We guys are busy. We're a small practice. I'm not going to say we're a huge practice, but we do what we can. We're contemplating growth so that we can do more of these events. It would be a lot of fun. On a busy day, we would see about 24 patients. The day of our last event, we actually saw 57, which is really good. Wow. We donated over $10,000 in free dental, which was fantastic. So we're targeting close to 100 this time.
Wow. Wow. What are some of the challenges that you might have encountered last year, either in organizing or anything?
I would say we want to make sure we had enough volunteers, which actually it was very up to the last minute, but we managed to get plenty of volunteers. And so we want to make sure we're able to give the care to those people at we want to give them quality care and we want to optimize our care so that we can give as many people in our offices. Like we said, we want to expand so we can have more space to treat more people. So we will make sure we give these people as best quality care and optimize that care with the number of volunteers that we have.
Are you still looking for volunteers for this year's event?
We are looking. We're
still trying to find 2 dentists for the afternoon.
Okay.
That would be fantastic.
Okay, and what should someone do if they want to volunteer?
They can call.
They can call the office at 342-7902.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
How do you see this event evolving over the years? It sounds like you plan to keep it going.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
It was just so rewarding last year that it's hard to keep yourself from it. It's just, like I said, a little while ago, everybody was so happy. It was just, we were elated the whole day.
We were exhausted, but we were elated.
What message do you want to send to the community by hosting this Dentistry from the Heart event?
We care, and we want others to care as well. And I think that there's enough underserved people. I see people that come into my practice that they just cannot afford the care sometimes, and one can only do so much, but I want them to know that we care and that we plan to continue to host these events and perhaps even motivate other private practices to just host their events as well.
Now, you said it was a pretty good mix of people that came out. Is there a group of people, maybe by age, that you would like to see more of this year? Younger people, older people?
We'll take them all ages. Diversity is good.
Okay.
Yeah, and people, not sure if there's anything that would hold them back from seeing a dentist and not be afraid, because we are a loving group of volunteers. Don't be afraid. If it's been many years since you've seen a dentist, to just come on down and give us a try.
Now, by hosting this event, do you find that you gain new clients?
We do. Every once in a while, we still get people calling and saying, from the Dentistry of the Heart last year, it's not like from this year. They have heard from us, and yes, they do come. I think people appreciate when they see that you actually care and you actually are giving. Now,
have you heard from patients last year that they want to come back this year?
I know of one. And we do have patients that, every so often, every couple months or so, we like to choose a patient that we could actually, that we know we're going to change their life around with, doing the care that they need, and it's just phenomenal.
So there's a success story there. Can you share more about that, or if there's something in particular that stands out in your mind from last year that was particularly rewarding?
Well, there was a gentleman that I met in a laundromat when I was passing out flyers, and I just was asking him a question about, where can I put this flyer? And next thing I know, he's our very first patient in line.
Wow! And
he was one of our biggest grassroots campaigner. Went around and put flyers all over town, and we were kind of like he was one of our. We adopted him to finish his case, and so he's very happy, and I can't say enough how much it meant to him and how it's changed his life. And how he's smiling. It's just beautiful to see.
So passing out flyers was one way you've been spreading the word.
Yes.
How else are you getting the word out there to the community?
Yes, so we are definitely making more of an impact on getting the word out this year through the help of those other groups, organizations that are going to be there. They've been putting the word out there. We are working with the radio stations to help us get the word out there as well. And we hope that the press releases that Dentistry From The Heart has provided will get them interested, the media to reach out and talk to us more.
Do you have a prediction on how many people you might expect this year?
I know it's going to be more than last year for sure.
It's going to be fun. It'll be fun though.
Well, thank you so much, ladies, for your time today and for this wonderful gift to the community. Again, to learn more about Dentistry From The Heart, hosted by Dr. Smith, you can visit our website, sjsdds.com, or visit dentistryfromtheheart.org. Her office number is 342-7902. Well, they started with one small shelf full of books, and 20 years later, Moonmakers Books is still going strong in Rochester. It's a family-owned business that's expanded into an important community resource. Owners Curtis and Marie Rivers were recently honored as Pioneer Organization in Rochester, and they're the focus of this week's In Your City report.
Reading is so important in the schools and important period.
When people come into Moonmakers, we want you to think that you're at home. And basically, that's where it is. My name is Curtis Rivers, and I'm the marketing manager for Moonmakers Books.
And I'm Marie Rivers, and I'm president, helper, whatever else needs to be done.
Moonmakers Books got started in 1994. We started selling my brother's art. When we started here in the Village Gate, and we had 250 square feet of space. So we were selling his art, and people would come in and ask for books and cards. So we started off with one bookshelf, one card rack, and it grew from there. Local authors would come in and complain about, how do you get your book published? How do you go about doing that? So we started a author's workshop on how to get your books published. And then playwrights would come in and say, we can't get our plays done. So we decided, okay, we will start the Sankofa Festival, where local playwrights can put their plays up and get the exposure that they would not normally get. My history was shaped by my mother and father.
I grew up in Alabama. I grew up on a farm, 13 children.
As far as my father is concerned, it was his family and work ethics that really molded me. He'd get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go to one job, leave that job at 3, be at another job at 4, and would work there to 9. So he didn't have a lot of time to, take me to ball games and all that kind of stuff. But it was what he did that shaped me.
We were just hard workers, and we went to school. We were farmers, and farmers could keep their kids out of school during September and October. My dad didn't keep us out of school. When I went to Tennessee State, I was just blown away. I had never been with that many people because I came from a real small town.
We went to college together, but we didn't know each other.
We were there all 4 years.
All 4 years.
Together in different, I was in education, he was in drama. So we didn't meet until after we finished, and I was teaching in Nashville and he was working in Nashville. We were both kind of workers alike. So I think that's why we have been together all of these years.
When we started, there was over 300 African American bookstores throughout the country that we knew of.
Right.
If you can find 70 today, you would be hard pressed. I think the reason we've hung on so long is that it is a community place. It's a place where people can come, they can talk, they can sit over there on that couch, they can argue, and they can leave friends.
Moodmakers Books is located at Village Gate. For more information, you can give them a call, 271-7010, or visit moodmakersbooks.com. Thanks for joining us on this edition of CityWise. I'm Tiana Stevens, and we'll see you next week.